Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Raw review for the 8th for the 2nd, 2016, sorry. In this last episode of Raw, we had a sad thing happen in this last episode of Raw. Daniel Bryan did retire, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video because I've got kind of a special video, I've got like a thing. And also you'll hear from Smart Mark Steve, which is also, if you've never heard of that character before, Smart Mark Steve is kind of the other personality. So he's basically he's a wrestling fan, Smart Mark Steve, and he's a big fan of like Daniel Bryan and all the indie guys like that. So you'll hear you'll hear his thoughts on it as well. So yeah, but yeah. So Raw this week, it was a good show, I guess. Daniel Bryan's segment at the end was awesome. A great way to send him out. And there was a picture on Facebook of Daniel with all the locker room doing all the yes chants and stuff, and Vince and Daniel Bryan hugging. And I didn't expect Vince to hug Daniel Bryan, especially because he doesn't like, the internet darlings, as the Miz would say. But yeah, that was a nice touch as well, and Triple H was there as well, so that was good. So yeah, the Raw opens up this week with a segment. Stephanie comes out, and it's the contract signing for the triple threat match between Ambrose, Lesnar, and Reigns. Ambrose comes out and he's pissed off from last week from getting F5 by Lesnar, and then he says, let's get this contract signing it out of the way, I want to get it done so I can kick Brock Lesnar's ass or something. And then Reigns says, let's do it, and then Stephanie says, calls out Brock comes out, and then the contract is signed, and then they sign the contract. After that, Lesnar, Reigns, and Ambrose all exchange words and stuff like that. And yeah, and that was a good build up there. And Owens versus Dolph was next. Dolph wins with a roll up. I don't know why we're having another Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler match. I hope this isn't a feud for WrestleMania. I'd like to see AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. I mean, that's a bit of a storyline to it because Kevin Owens did eliminate Dolph Ziggler. And it makes a lot of sense. Dolph Ziggler at this point is a jobber at this point, so I don't really care about Dolph Ziggler. And then we get a segment where Team 3D says that they want to be in the tables match with the Usos, and the Usos said that's our match, that's our chance to beat up the New Day. So then the Usos agree anyway. And then Charlotte versus Alicia Fox was next. That was the third match of the night. Charlotte wins with a figure 8. And it's going to be Charlotte versus Brie, Brie at Fastlane. Probably Brie will win because Daniel Bryan's just retired, I don't know. But, I mean, if they want to do the Tasha Banks versus Charlotte and Becky feud at WrestleMania, which I think they're going to do because Sasha was on commentary talking about Becky on this last episode of SmackDown on Raw. They're probably going to have that WrestleMania between Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha Banks, which I hope they do for the Divas title, because that would be an awesome match. Then we get to a segment where it's Miz TV, or it's supposed to be Miz TV, but Chris Jericho hijacks it to the highlight reel, and Miz talks about how last week he was so close to bringing AJ Styles to bigger heights that he's never been to before, and stuff like that. And then he talks about how if he had to have surgery on his tooth and stuff like that and all other stuff. And then Jericho says that on SmackDown it's going to be him versus it's going to be Jericho versus Styles part 2, and he says that it is Eating My Life, but it's going to be AJ on SmackDown. And then AJ comes out, and basically him and Jericho beat up the Miz. After that, Jericho and AJ have a bit of a brawl, and then they basically have a stare down. It looks like to me, if they're not going to do Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles, they should do AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. There's a story to it. You can see the slow building up to that now because AJ's already beaten Chris Jericho, and also he's, it looks like now Chris Jericho's gonna get kind of pissed off now because people saying that it's like eating my life now, because people saying this is eating your life, Chris, because you have not beaten AJ Styles yet since he's been in the company. And then Chris is like, yeah, it is eating me alive, and it looks like because on this last episode of SmackDown, on Raw, sorry, I keep saying SmackDown, Raw, Chris was like, instead of like going back in there and fighting him like a babyface would do, he just walked away, and then the fans were booing, so it looks like Chris Jericho is going to turn heel soon. And we're going to have that match at WrestleMania, which is going to be a very awesome match, and looks like AJ is going to go over, hopefully anyway. And then we get to basically Ambrose calls out Lesnar, Lesnar destroys him, and then Reigns distracts Lesnar, and then basically Ambrose low blows Lesnar, and it was a bit of a funny segment there. Ryback lost to Bray Wyatt, the Wyatts attack him, and it looks like Bray Wyatt versus Lesnar. That's probably going to happen at WrestleMania as well, but they had no interaction on this last episode of Raw, but it looks like at Fastlane Bray Wyatt might interfere in the main event, and also it's going to be Reigns and Triple H and Ambrose against whoever. Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. Adam Rose won with the roll-up. Lesnar destroyed Ambrose, and Ambrose low-rolled him, and then Reigns distracted him and stuff like that. Then the fifth match tonight, which was Del Rio versus Kalisto. No, it wasn't. It was Kalisto versus Rusev. It was a weird match. Del Rio ended up attacking him, and that was the end of the match, really. The sixth match tonight, which is Usos and Team 3D versus The New Day and Mark Henry. Mark Henry comes out, and he's jigging, and he's like, yeah. I don't know if he's part of The New Day, but I see Mark Henry part of The New Day. He fitted in quite well. So, I mean, his dance movement ain't good, but yeah, it was cool, I guess. But yeah, the Usos get the win. After the match, Team 3D turn heel, and Bully Ray's like, "Do you know who I am? I'm Bully freaking Ray." And that was like totally, that reminded me when it was Bully Ray in TNA, and he was like, "Do you know who I am?" And the Aces and Eights and stuff like that. That was so awesome. Yeah, that was the only part of the Aces and Eights I actually liked, but yeah. And then we get to the main event, which is Daniel Bryan's retirement speech, and the crowd go nuts. It reminded me when Edge retired, and it was emotional. The fans were emotional. A few kids were crying in the audience. A woman was crying as well. A few women and kids were crying and stuff. It reminded me of that, and it reminded me as well as like when HBK retired in 2010. That was really emotional back then when HBK retired in 2010. So yeah, it reminded me of that as well. So basically, Daniel Bryan talks about his 16-year career, how he started wrestling when he was 18. He had a concussion 5 months after he started wrestling when he was 18, and then he was fine for many years. And then after he won the WWE title, got loads of concussions, and he had a brain test. And then the doctor said that if you wrestle one more time, then you could be basically brain dead or something like that, or something major could happen to you. And he talks about he wants kids with Brie and he wants to start a family stuff, which we all know that's going to happen anyway after people start wrestling anyway. And then basically he talks about why he cut his hair. Also, we all know Daniel Bryan's cut his hair. He hasn't got long hair anymore. He's trimmed his beard. And he's cut his hair because it's of charity for kids who have cancer. The organization give the kids who have been sick free wigs, which is a really good thing, because I know kids these days when they have cancer and stuff, they always they're upset about the hair, and it gives them a lot of good confidence, because when they've lost their hair and stuff, when they're going through cancer, it's horrible when they go through cancer, but when just put things out there for them that can give them free stuff like wigs and stuff and make them feel slightly better, that is a great thing. And I like how Daniel Bryan brought that up. That was really nice. So yeah, so that was my WWE Raw review, guys, for the 8th of the 2nd, 2016. Guys, what do you guys think of this show, and what do you guys think of Daniel Bryan's retirement? In my opinion, I'm a bit sad that Daniel Bryan has got to retire from the WWE. He was one of my favourite wrestlers for many years. He has been. I've been watching him since his Ring of Honor days, so I've watched Daniel Bryan a long time. It's a bit sad now to see him retire now. I mean, I've watched him for a long time. I remember him having matches with Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe and CM Punk in Ring of Honor, and even when he was in WWE, he had a feud with CM Punk in WWE, didn't he? And he feuded with John Cena and Triple H and all these other guys, and now he's just retired. I mean, it's just such a sad thing for the wrestling business to have a great wrestler, the fans are behind him in WWE stuff, and then him to not be wrestling anymore is kind of a bit weird, but how to get used to it. It looks like he might go into the Hall of Fame, probably. That's what they do anyway when they retire, so you know, look at Edge. I mean, he retired for like 1 year and then he went into the Hall of Fame the next year. So yeah. Yeah, so that's it, guys, for my WWE Raw review for the 8th of the 2nd of 2016. What do you guys think of this show? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Church, guys. Brag out.